guys, welcome. Thank you for noticing my hair. So I just got some hair extensions. I just love how I could, do the short hair and the long hair whenever I feel like it. So if you guys want to check out where I got these incredible quality extensions, I'll link it down below. Also, if you have not checked out my second channel, which I talk about mysteries, scary stories, just debatable topics, and just juicy things like that, go and check out my second channel out and you will get hooked. So in my last video that I posted up, there was an interesting comment by a subscriber. So I need you to talk about scandals. Are scandals usually real or is it made by the company? If fake, why would they fake it? If real, why doesn't the couple talk about it and let the company expose them? What about dispatch? Do they actually stalk idols or pay them for expose? So I'm going to talk about my take on all these questions. You guys probably heard of dispatch. It's kind of like, in my opinion, Korean version of TMZ. In America, we call someone like TMZ yellow journalism. Yellow journalism or yellow press are American terms for journalism and associated newspapers that present little or no legitimate, well-researched news, while instead using eye-catching headlines for increased sales. So that kind of sounds like our generation. With dispatch, it's kind of like a tradition now for them to release these high celebrity, high-profile dating news. For example, you guys have seen like Jeannie and Kai, like GD has been in the news a lot. Recently, there was Kang Daniel and Twice Chio. Fans claim that dispatch kind of ruins idols' lives. Do you think they do or do you think they don't? I remember that JYP was on dispatch and he was really mad at dispatch because they were claiming that JYP was part of a cult, but JYP was saying that he was just having a seminar in just a random location that happened to be owned by a cult of people, and a lot of celebrities are just not into that because they just create these juicy headlines, kind of distorts the public's perceptions and twist what the truth is around. So the question is, how does dispatch or any other press people really find these secrets? I believe that there are tale tellers. So these tale tellers will go to dispatch or press and let out the secret. So you're just using them as an example. I do think, like entertainment, there's such a big company. I mean, there's probably like hundreds of people in that company. Do you think there's not one person who might get pissed off or who just might be just that one tale-teller that tells all these press people what's really going on? That's why especially a lot of like journalism places like TMZ, they say we have a close source or an insider that confirmed this news. So I do believe there is someone out there that's always, running the mouth. For example, when I was doing the show on Pretty Rap Star, we were filming the first episode, and of course the staff, us girls, probably the girls' managers, and we knew who was going to be in the show because we were filming it before the press release of who was actually in the show. I'm sure that all the girls in the companies, and I'm sure the staff member as well, you always have to sign a non-disclosure thing where you're supposed to keep everything a secret. So you're not supposed to tell who won, you're not supposed to tell, like what happened in the show, who's in the show. But before Mnet actually released through the press who was the lineup for the show, someone tattletaled to the press who the lineup was before it was released. Till this day, we don't know who. It could have been one of the staff members, which I don't believe a staff member would do that because, they're working for the company. It could have been like one of the managers from the girls. It could have been the manager's friend. It could have been like anyone. It just shows you that someone, like at least one person out of these hundreds of people, will always be a tattleteller. So why do they want to tell these secrets? I mean, maybe they get paid by the journalism. I don't know. Maybe it's a fetish thing to do. Like, I do remember when I was in the company, all the time the managers, the CEO, everyone will always tell you be very polite to the Korean press because you have to bow down 90 degrees. You always have to be vibrant and bright because these press people really work off of what they feel. They can write about whatever they want to, whether that's bad or good. If you have a nasty attitude, they might not write about you. They might write about you in a negative way. So you're really taught to be very respectful to these press people. Could be a rumor, but I'm sure this happened a long time ago. I'm not sure if this happens nowadays. I did hear that press would ask for large sums of money to companies if they were going to release this scandalous news. For example, they might call up a company and say, hey, I found about this about your celebrity. It might be about like a really serious thing that could really affect the celebrity or the company's image. Don't give it to them by a certain time. They just release the news and it's like, whatever happens, whatever happens. And I do know that usually celebrities know that a certain press is going to be released a couple hours or couple days before it actually happens. So if you do have some kind of scandal that's coming up, celebrities will be prepared for it. People petitioned for Dispatch to shut down. There's actually a big petition that went on, even to I think the Blue House. People were just mad that Dispatch would reveal private information, spread rumors that can destroy one's career. So you guys let me know, do you think they should be shut down? Do you think they should kind of lower what they're doing? Or do you think, it's kind of like freedom of speech? They can write about what they can write about, because technically, celebrity's life is just so public. People say you kind of signed up for this. So to answer one of the YouTube comments, if real, why doesn't the couple talk about it and let the company expose them? Usually companies do not want the celebrity to be talking about it, because when the celebrity talks about it, a lot of people take it more personal. For example, if celebrities write things on social media, they might not filter or know how to write things without letting the public be outraged. I just remember when I was a trainee, ever since a trainee, the company would not allow us to use social media without pre-approval. So any pictures, any writing, we must get the approval from the managers before uploading it, which is so annoying, but I understand why they do it, because celebrities get into trouble all the time because they just said something that they didn't mean, or they just thought of it too quickly. Do they actually stalk idols or pay them for the expose? I don't think they pay the idols to expose the idols. I don't think it goes, I know it just doesn't work that way. If fake, why do they fake it? Are scandals fake? Honestly, I think there's more fake scandals in the US than Korea. We call these couple PR couples, like Shawn Mendes and Camila, Tana Mongeau and Jake Paul. They're more like a PR couple, meaning they do it to hype up the internet or to sell their album. I don't know if I should say this, but I do know. Well, I've heard about couple celebrities pretend that they are dating each other to not get caught about dating the real person, because this would be more scandalous than this. Does that make sense? So I've heard about those. So that is technically kind of fake, but not. Which, in my opinion, honestly, if I was in their positions, I probably would do that too. Because who knows? Things are better left unsaid. Are scandals usually real, or is it made by the company? So to answer this question, we're gonna go into something called noise marketing. So noise marketing is a way to create buzz on the internet and to get people to talking about a certain topic or certain someone, because girl, marketing takes a lot of moolah. But one article states that noise marketing can be very negative for rookies, and going too far with the level of especially sex appeal, it could lead to a bad impression permanently, hard to recover from bad image. This article used Stellar as an example. So Stellar actually used to be one of an idol group. I think they disbanded now. So when they debuted, or they wanted to make a comeback, they basically did this super sexy concept that was very revealing. It was actually a big talk on the internet for a while, because they really wanted to make this group succeed. They needed some kind of keywords, and they basically wanted to use sex appeal to target the audience. According to the netizens, a lot of people found this very, very inappropriate or too far. There's also an example of Leisha, of faking a scandal. So Leisha is also another very, very sexy group, and Leisha claimed that they were victims of secret cameras. So apparently there was these secret hidden cameras in their changing rooms, in their cars, and some of the Leisha girls stated that they were gonna sue these people and trying to find who they are. But later people found out that this could be a whole scam, because there's a site on the internet called, I don't know what they're called. On this site there was a show, it's like an internet sexy show, like a sexy hidden camera show. So basically this is proving that Leisha did know that they were being filmed, and that they're just creating this buzz about, oh, I didn't know that they were filming, just to kind of get attention and viewership for this particular show. Leisha later did make a statement that they did know that they were obviously filming for the show, but they didn't know that there were hidden cameras. Also, there was a very, very famous buzz marketing that happened a couple years ago with Sully. She was in a movie called Real. Sully was in this Real movie and having a high level bed scene, and people were like, wow, I want to see this bed scene, like how high of the level is it, which made them the #1 in pre-sale in one time. But a lot of people went to go see the movie, and people were like, man, what was this hype for? It's not even that hardcore. You guys know the recent big noise marketing that happened in the US, and it is the Little Mermaid. You know, Little Mermaid is about a Dutch girl, and Disney is making a live version of it, and they hired a African-American actress, and the internet went wild and crazy. And honestly, I think this is a very successful noise marketing, which just makes you want to go see the movie when it comes out. Usually negative noise marketing is very successful in America or in the Western countries, but in Asian countries, noise marketing, bad noise marketing, just you can go down the drain. Let's go into innuendos. Have you guys heard about innuendos? You can be brainwashed to buy a certain object, to watch a certain movie, to be hooked on something without you realizing it. Apparently in a Disney movie, The Rescuer, there is a nude woman on the background on the poster. And this is supposed to be a kid's movie. Genie from the Aladdin apparently says, I thought the earth wasn't supposed to move until the honeymoon. Get that? And Frozen, this guy says foot size, and Anna says foot size doesn't matter, and apparently we all know what foot size really means. And then we have Tangled. Look at this cover. I don't know, you guys be the judge. In Hercules, there's just normal scene that you get bumped in the head, and well, the lung bump isn't really a lung bump. So recently in Korea, there was actually this Baskin Robbins commercial. People apparently pointed out this commercial is very, very inappropriate. Ice creams were showing standing up, which let me get to my commentary later. Tube that was standing up, and the next scene there's a splash of white milk. And there's a scene where she's so elated that she's eating this ice cream and she falls into a pit of balls. Honestly, in these days, you could take anything and think of it as dirty. I could be holding my phone like this and people will probably screen capture it and think it's dirty. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought about this topic. So if you guys like this video, hit the like button and subscribe so you do not miss any of these interesting videos.